This is Sensible Sue with sad news. The Vatican has announced the death of Pope Francis, the 266th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, who passed away today at his residence in the Vatican's Casa Santa Marta at the age of 88. He died due to a stroke. The Pope had been hospitalized recently due to double pneumonia. His death marks the end of one of the most transformative and globally influential papacies in modern church history. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Pope Francis became the first pope from the Americas and the first Jesuit to assume the papacy. Elected in 2013, he broke centuries of precedent, choosing the name Francis in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi and ushering in a papacy defined by humility, compassion, and radical inclusivity. Pope Francis will be remembered not only for his deep spiritual leadership, but for his bold steps to reform the Vatican, address the wounds of sexual abuse within the Church, and embrace social justice, environmental stewardship, and economic equity as core pillars of faith in action. He also sought to involve women and lay people in church leadership. Above all, he was a bridge builder. Throughout his papacy, Pope Francis prioritized interfaith dialogue and global peace, forging unprecedented relationships with leaders across Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, and beyond. His historic visits to mosques and synagogues, his prayers alongside imams and rabbis, and his declaration that authentic faith always leads to peace became defining moments of his tenure. In 2019, he co-signed the landmark Document on Human Fraternity with Grand Imam Ahmed El-Tayeb, a bold appeal for unity and mutual respect between Christians and Muslims. The document was hailed by world leaders as a turning point in religious diplomacy. The intent behind the document was to promote a culture of collaboration and dialogue between faiths while condemning violence and extremism and proclaiming the sanctity of life. Reacting to the news of his death, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said, "Pope Francis was a moral compass in an uncertain world. His unwavering commitment to peace, compassion, and the dignity of all people transcended faith and national boundaries. He made the world feel smaller, kinder, and more hopeful." Francis also used his global platform to advocate for the marginalized, the poor, and the planet. His 2015 letter, encyclical Laudato Si', called for urgent action on climate change, becoming a rallying cry for environmental justice worldwide. As the Church enters a period of mourning, the Vatican has lowered its flags to half-mast. The Novem Dials, a traditional 9 days of mourning, will begin immediately. The date of his funeral has not yet been announced, but it is expected to draw heads of state, faith leaders, and millions of pilgrims from around the globe. The world now says goodbye to a pope who redefined what it means to lead not only a church, but a global conscience. More updates to follow as we continue our coverage of the transitioning of Pope Francis. This is Sensible Sue signing off.